A decade ago, Leicester City kicked off a Premier League season which ultimately ended up with them being champions. Now they're back in the Championship and they face a Sheffield Wednesday side who have endured so many problems off the field during the close season. And at the moment, there is no real sign of those problems dissipating, but they do have a free kick here in the opening seconds. And it was Jan Valery who was caught by Luke Thomas. Thomas just losing the ball. Valery picking his pocket and was then caught. And it's a free kick which Bannon and Chalobah are over. Drifted in by Bannon. Held back into the area by Justin. Now Chalobah again. Ingleson was waiting, but Leicester's new captain James Justin is able to deal with that initially. Ingleson firing the ball across, and Mark Donoghue, the referee, has given the game's first corner. And Bannon will take it. His 448th Sheffield Wednesday appearance here today. Ingleson is the short option on the corner of the penalty area, but Bannon going deeper, and it was eventually cleared away by Justin. But a good start here from Wednesday. And Bannon unable to keep that in play, but appreciates the intention. And the decision of Barry Bannon to sign a new contract certainly allowed the club to talk about something else for a couple of days. And again, Wednesday showing plenty of energy and endeavour in the opening moments, and they've won another corner kick. And Bannon has been so important to Wednesday in the last couple of years in particular, but now his influence appears to be even more significant. And the corner kick, it was Stalazic who came for it, but in the end it was guided over the top, and it will be a goal kick. Well, the defending there wasn't convincing, and it was Bailey Cadamartri who got on the end of that. Of course, his dad Danny played in the Premier League, also had a spell with Leicester City as well, and his brother Keelan has just been sold by Wednesday to Manchester City. A young centre forward, 15 years of age, Ingleson. Leicester have not really started here. Palmer, now Chalobah, Iorfa. Deschamps Bernard, the central defender, still out with a long-term knee injury, and it's back with Piers Charles, the Northern Ireland international, 20 years of age, signed from Manchester City, played the final 8 games of last season. And he has found himself as the number one, a clutch of young goalkeepers. 18-year-old Logan Stretch is the backup on the bench. In contrast, Leicester have their one signing so far this summer, 38-year-old Asmir Begovic. He is the backup to Jakub Stalazic today. Fatawu, Macaulay, Vestergaard towards Ayew, Samana, and the shot driven in here, and a good save by Charles. First real involvement for him, and it was certainly hit with pace. Leicester looking to keep this going with Fatawu. He's then caught and it will be a free kick. But Pierce Charles is considered a real talent. And it was the fullback, Luke Thomas, driving forward, and that shot was just swerving away from Charles. And the Sheffield Wednesday supporters are now heading into the stadium, and they get a standing ovation from the Leicester fans all around the King Power Stadium. Plenty of empathy from the home fans for what the Sheffield Wednesday supporters are going through at the moment. And that banner really says it all for the attitude of many Sheffield Wednesday fans. Leicester still sizing up this free kick. Fatawu and Ayew are over this. No lack of confidence from Jordan Ayew to take on the number 9 shirt as Fatawu curls it over the top. You could see what he was trying to do, but almost just set it too high. And Abdul Fatawu scored in both fixtures 2 years ago. 1-1 draw at Hillsborough. And a 2-0 win here when Jamie Vardy was also on the score sheet. And those are the only meetings before today since 2014, when Leicester were promoted to the Premier League. And of course, after surviving the first year, they won the title in the second. But Fatawu was a player who really flourished under Enzo Maresca here 2 years ago in the Championship. Vestergaard with the clearance. Svante Ingelsson will take this. We'll take Bayo and Iorfa are forward. Winged in by Ingelsson. And then gathered by Chalobah! Off the post! Nathaniel Chalobah so close to the opening goal. Didn't seem to hit it cleanly, but it snaked its way through the penalty area. Bouncing beyond Stalazic, but bouncing off the far post. Maybe just a fingertip there from the pole. Vestergaard, Justin. Now Skip. James Justin could pick up an injury in pre-season. Missed the final warm-up game, a victory here last week against Fiorentina. Samara, 9 of the players who started that day also starting this game. Thomas, one back by Justin, heavy challenge though from Calamatri. It will be a free kick. Calamatri would maybe claim he couldn't get out of the way, but at the same time he certainly clattered into James Justin. Ayew over this again. He was the support act with the previous free kick. Ayew playing in the Championship for the first time since 2017 when he was at Aston Villa. Now 33 years of age, but still has plenty to offer. And Ayew curls this, and Charles right behind it. And again, the goalkeeper had that covered all the way. Low, linking up with Canamatri, and O'Cauley conceding the free kick. For Wednesday, they've come out with a good deal of confidence here. Clearly the narrative around the club has been heading in one direction. But there does look to be a collective spirit and a defiance about them in the early stages. Bannon with the delivery. Iorfa bouncing up into the arms of Stalazic. Motek Bayo was just blocking off the run of Stalazic towards the edge of the penalty area. Given away to Palmer. Now Iorfa. Liam Palmer made his Wednesday debut almost 15 years to the day against Bury in League One. Now over 300 appearances in the Championship. Low was looking for the quick throw, but there was no one there to give it to. And Henrik Pedersen has been fairly stoic in much of his pre-match media before this game, and it's a difficult situation for him. There are many questions being fired in his direction, and at the moment it may be difficult for him to come up with the answers. Justin. Alcanus. It's comfortable for Charles. Bilal Alcanus, the Moroccan international. One thing Leicester will hope to improve on in the Championship is their home form. They were beaten here 12 times in the Premier League last season. 13 points adrift of safety in the end. But it's been a summer of change. Of course, Jamie Vardy left the club. Conor Cody recently sold to Wrexham. And this week, Wilfred Ndidi completing his move to Besiktas on a permanent basis, and Mads Hermansen, the goalkeeper, finally heading to West Ham after what was a fairly drawn-out transfer saga. And Leicester will be mindful that they have to balance the books, but they still have a fairly large squad, certainly by Championship standards. Players like Wout Faes, Harry Winks, Patson Daka, all on the bench today. Justin, now Fatawu. Palmer could maybe do with some help. Ingleson comes back, but Fatawu curls it. And that's going to be a fairly familiar sight, you feel, today. Abdul Fatawu cutting in from that right-hand side. winning the header, but Leicester have the throw-in. Mavadini won that smartly. And he does win the corner for Leicester. Martis Fuentes took the applause before kick-off and, in fact, did a circuit of the entire field to applaud the Leicester fans, which is not something you see with every managerial introduction. Alcanu's going short, but it's very deep, kept alive by Vestergaard. Justin, and the shot just wide. It was hit really well by Alcanu's. Wednesday making heavy weather at the clearance, and Alcanu's just seeing the shot swing away from goal. Not sure Charles would have got there in time. Wednesday beginning to create opportunities, albeit from long range. Not for the first time, Piers Charles hammering the ball straight out of play. Coley gets it back from Skip, and here is Vestergaard. There's plenty of time to work that wide. Mabadini, Alcanu's, and the deflection helping Wednesday out. Leicester with 5 shots so far, 3 on target. Just beginning to take a grip on the game after Wednesday started with plenty of spirit. Vestergaard, O'Coley, Wednesday really deep. Justin looking to make that dart towards the edge of the penalty area, but it was covered well by Lowe. O'Coley, Vestergaard. Once again, both of these central defenders deep inside the Wednesday half. Awful with the clearance. Justin. Leicester's possession now hovering around 70%. Thomas. Wednesday standing firm at the moment. Skip. Coley. And that's good play from Liam Palmer to first rob Fatawu and then be strong enough to earn the free kick. Wednesday do have that experienced core of players like Liam Palmer they can rely on. Of course, there have been so many outgoings. Players like Michael Smith and Josh Windass giving their notice after not receiving their wages. And the wages being delayed for a couple of months. Ingleson. And the shot deflected wide, Jamal Lowe. But there is plenty of room in behind for Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Ingleson on this occasion. And the shot skipping through of Samara. Lowe waiting inside the 6-yard area. Valerie guiding the ball back towards him, but Leicester clear. And in the end, the whistle has gone, and it's because Abdul Fatawu is down inside the penalty area. Monty Cifuentes hasn't had too long to work with his new team, taking over in the middle of July. Following the departure of Ruud van Nistelrooy. Had 2 seasons in the Championship at Queen's Park Rangers, and there's no doubt there was an improvement under him. Wednesday now have their full complement of 3,200 fans in the stadium. Macaulay. Here is Ayew. Skip. As we approach the midpoint of the first half, it's not quite been the story that many people were anticipating. Appeals for offside against Lowe, and the flag is raised. Wednesday beginning with a back 3, which often becomes a back 5 when Palmer and Valerie also drop in. And they're making themselves pretty hard to break down at the moment. Leicester have had opportunities, but mainly from outside the penalty area. All for stepping in before Ayew there. Vestergaard. Alkanous. Ayew. And Ayew for his shadow once again. Luke Thomas will take the throw-in. One of the academy players in the Leicester team, of course, had plenty of development out on loan at clubs like Sheffield United and Middlesbrough in the Championship when Leicester were Premier League regulars. Fatawu unable to keep the ball in play. Of course, Wednesday used to be an established Premier League club as well. They were founder members, and their final game at the highest level was against Leicester, a 4-0 win. In May 2000, Gilles de Bilder was the last player to score for Sheffield Wednesday in the Premier League, for now at least. But in the 25 years since, they have rarely challenged or suggested there would be a return to the Premier League. That's the target for the Leicester City hierarchy, of course, this season. Enzo Maresca did make a number of signings before They began 2 years ago, but it's been a different story for Martí Cifuentes so far. Ingelsson, low. He's done well. Here is Valery. And the pullback will find Chalobah! And Sheffield Wednesday, in turmoil off the field, score their opening goal of the championship on the pitch. And Nathaniel Chalobah, who hit the post early on, made no mistake this time. And the Wednesday players run the full length of the field to celebrate with their fans. And that's a big moment for them for so many reasons. Leicester not dealing with it. It was given away cheaply. A really good run from Valery. And it was cut back to Chalobah. And it took a massive deflection on the way through. But there's no doubt he'll be claiming it. James Justin, I think, may have got the touch. Oliver Skipp was lunging in fact it was Skipp. Wrong footing Stalazic. And Nathaniel Chalobah delighting those Wednesday supporters. And a shaft of sunlight amid the gloom for them. And it's a goal that doesn't flatter Wednesday. Alcanus. Mavadidi. Alcanus with the delivery. All the way through. Leicester claim a corner. But again, it was Leicester having to angle that ball in from the wide area. Justin was claiming for the decision, but it was fairly optimistic. For Nathaniel Chalobah. Really not reading the script. And the Wednesday supporters who've travelled here in such great numbers have seen their team play well so far. And they're not flattered by that lead at all. And goals will be an issue for Wednesday this season. Well, they certainly are at the moment, with so many players who came up with the goals, notably Josh Windass, no longer with the club. Bannon over the free kick here. Put down by Cadamartri. Alcanus. Mavadidi able to keep it in play, but the other number 10, Barry Bannon, was quickly to him. Steffi Mavadidi, another player who really performed well in the Championship 2 years ago. Chalobah has a problem here. This is his goal. The shot was certainly on target. And the Wednesday fans who have made the journey, unable to enter the stadium today, enjoying the moment. And a real outpouring of emotion there. But concerns here for Nathaniel Chalobah. And in terms of experience, there is very little on the bench for Henrik Pedersen. Olaf Kubacki, the Polish player, is a potential, but he's a different sort of player to Chalobah. There's also Ike Ugbo, the striker, the Canadian international. But beyond that, it is mainly players who have come through the academy. A clutch of teenagers on the bench, and it's going to be Sean Forsyth who will be coming on, 20 years of age. The Zimbabwean international. He was on loan at Carlisle United last season and was relegated out of the Football League. Wednesday will have to make the change. 5 minutes after scoring the opening goal, Nathaniel Chalobah will depart. And real disappointment for him, as you can see.
Substitution for Sheffield Wednesday, number 14, Nathaniel Chalobah, number 4,
and Sean Forsyth, the player who comes on. Well, Chalobah has played his part, hitting the post and scoring a goal, but Wednesday forced into a change. They would not have wanted to make at any stage, I think, in this game. And Forsyth coming on. Macaulay. Alcanus. The back heel finding Mabadidi, but he was under pressure. And as a result, it's a goal kick. Not the start that he was looking for. Barry Bannon has led Wednesday superbly so far. Macaulay. Now Justin. And again, Palmer is straight into Fatawu. Vestergaard. Mabadidi eventually gets the free kick. He was being held by Valerie. Thomas. Only a throw-in. Valerie. And Cifuentes is quick to do the fielding. Macaulay. Now Justin. And again Leicester dominating the ball, but not able to do too much with it. But maybe now, but are you unable to fasten onto that? Alcanus, who was trying to thread the eye of the needle. 74% possession for Leicester, but both teams have had 5 shots on goal and 3 on target. Wednesday have scored and hit the post. Low. Palmer. Fatawu. It's won back well by Ingleson. Bannon. Charles, confident enough to play the ball out, although Lowe has lost it to Mabadidi. But then he wins it back. Fusia. Wednesday get the free kick, although Lowe did have possession. Bannon looking for the early free kick. And releasing Ingleson. Low. Alcanus cuts it out, but it's won back by Valerie, but he's penalised. Leicester have had 5 shots in the game, but none since the 16th minute. Ayew. And again, it's defended well. Gabriel Otegbayo's done well so far. Justin. And you can hear the urgency from the home supporters here. Fatawu. Cleared away by Lowe. Skip. But again, Wednesday showing real endeavour. And Okoli cutting down Cadamartri. It will be a free kick. And Bailey Cadamartri, back from a loan spell in League One with Lincoln last season. And he's been busy so far, and Caleb Okoli can have no complaints about that. Leicester coming into this game after a very good pre-season, which ended with that victory here against Fiorentina last week. In contrast, Sheffield Wednesday were due to play Burnley in a behind closed doors friendly last week, but that was postponed after the players refused to play due to the ongoing uncertainty around the club. So a real contrast, but at the moment Wednesday have been the better side, or certainly the more effective side. Samara. Mabadidi. Otegbayo back to Pearce. Valerie unable to gather. Mabadidi. Ayew. Skip making the burst in field, but here is Justin. Quickly closed down by Lowe. And Ingleson will try and bring the ball clear. And plenty of support here on the counter-attack. Cadamartri, though, maybe wasn't the ideal option. Okoli will guide it back to Stalaza. And the game really beginning to open out. Alcanus. Mabadidi. Vestergaard. Are you doing so much of his work some way from the penalty area? Okoli. Fatawu. Interesting cross. And defended well by Iorfa, but it will be a corner kick. Real teaser from Abdel Fatawu there, but Iorfa had to deal with it. Justin makes the run to the far post, but bodies go tumbling before the ball arrived, and Matt Donoghue, the referee, will just have a few words. I think he blew the ball dead before it was played in. Vestergaard and Ingelsson, and then Ingelsson and Okoli. Take two. And Leicester growing back into the game, but not really creating too much. But here is Okoli from the set piece, and the header is wide. It was a great chance for Vestergaard. The two central defenders combining. Okoli running off Ingelsson and finding Vestergaard, who was challenged as he looked to address the ball. And the attentions of Jamal Lowe may be forcing him to guide the ball wide. Bannon. Well, much to ponder for Marti Cifuentes so far. But Henrik Pedersen will be delighted with what he's seen, and that's despite the injury to Nathaniel Chalobah. On Wednesday are down to their last player in so many positions, certainly senior players, and that's why we've seen a 20-year-old Sean Fusia come on to replace Chalobah, because basically there is nobody else at the moment. Seven of the bench at 20 or under. Fatawu with the clearance. Bannon looking for Charles, but only giving Leicester the throw in. Elkanous looking to hurry things up. Justin. Elkanous. Fatawu. Clever play from him again. Bannon shows him the inside. Okoli. Elkanous. Guided away by Iorfa. He's had a commanding game so far. And Leicester are penalised for a foul throw. Well, Canoes can't believe it. Well, the rules are simple. Both feet have to be on the floor. And the ball has to be behind the head, and I don't think Alcanu's got either of those things right there. Bannon. Interesting ball, Cadamarteri. Only low forward. The Cadamarteri's found him, the angle's tight. Across the face of goal, but here is Valery. And Leicester had the throw in, but that was an escape. as we enter a minimum of 3 more minutes. Calamatri doing really well here. Good awareness. The right sort of idea from low, but really if he's crossing that, it's unlikely there'll be anyone else in the middle. Justin. Fatawu. Fatawu had a bright start to the game, but pretty quickly Liam Palmer has got to grips with him. And you can hear 1 or 2 signs of uneasiness among the Leicester supporters as they go sideways again, but here is Fatawu. And he goes beyond Palmer, but no more than that. Well, it's a long old season. And he's preparing his first half-time team talk as Leicester City manager. But the Wednesday fans jubilant at the moment. Less so their Leicester counterparts. Justin. Oh, given straight to Bannon. Low. Palmer. Calamatri. Bannon. High towards Valerie. He did well to knock it down, but gathered by Stalazic, and here is Samara. And you can hear the boos as again Leicester choose to adopt a more conservative approach. Vestergaard. Not what you want to hear in the first half of the opening game. But here is El Khanous into the crowd. Mabadidi. El Khanous. Oh, he's done well. Took a deflection and Fatawu shot straight at Charles. And it was an opportunity, but El Khanous beyond low. 3 Sheffield Wednesday players converged on him. It struck the elbow of Bannon. But that's half-time. The Leicester fans not happy, but Henrik Pedersen will be. Sheffield Wednesday leading by a 1-0. Nathaniel Chalabar hit the post and then later scored before going off injured. And although Leicester have had so much possession, Sheffield Wednesday have been able to deal with them fairly comfortably so far, and they deserve their lead. And the team with so many problems off the field at the moment are heading for 3 points. Half-time, Leicester City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Leicester get the second half underway, trailing by a 0. And they have won 3 and drawn 3 on the opening day of the season since a 2-1 loss at Old Trafford against Manchester United in the Premier League back in 2018. Vestergaard. Now Thomas. Mabadidi. Leicester with 10 attempts on goal in the first half, and there's the first one in the second half from Vestergaard, which is high over the top. He had One of the really big opportunities. Heading wide inside the 6-yard area. And Marty Cifuentes has made his first change, with Winks replacing Skip at the base of midfield. Leicester's first game of the season in the Championship 2 years ago, they also went one down here against Coventry, but eventually came back to win by 2-1, 2 late goals from Keane and Dewsbury Hall, who of course followed Enzo Maresca to Chelsea and is now with Everton. Cadamartri. Oh, it's another promising run from him, but he blazes it high and wide. But Bailey Cadamartri is really enjoying this role alongside Jamal Lowe, and he's got license to roam and is causing one or two issues for the Leicester defence. Alkanous. Now Fatawu. And it's gone beyond Lowe. Iorfa coming across. And it's got it behind by Otegbeo for a corner. And Leicester look to step things up. And Leicester really set a pace which very few could match in the Championship 2 years ago, winning 13 of their first 14 games. And although they had their issues late in the season, they gathered 97 points. Winks. Alkanous. That's a good cross. Mabedini was almost on the end of it, but Svante Ingolson diving in to prevent him scoring. Combination of Ingolson and Valerie at the far post. And Leicester beginning to work the ball into the penalty area with a bit more pace. Ayew over the corner kick here. Big boot away from Iorfa. And it says much about the current makeup of the Premier League that Leicester went up with Southampton and Ipswich and then came down with them. And they both were taken all the way in their opening games. Ipswich scoring with a penalty right at the end against Birmingham to earn a point, and Southampton scoring twice right at the end to come from 1-0 down to beat Wrexham. Thomas. Vestergaard. Winks. Now Fatawu. Alkanous. Again he's closed down. Vestergaard. Alkanous. Justin is forward. Fatawu. Winks. And Lowe is able to clear. But Wednesday really penned in at the moment. Ayew on corner duty once again. Lowe Low with the clearance and the missed kick from Aberdeen. Ingleson. He was caught, but he still found Palmer. Now Charles. It's back to Octavio again, and then Charles, who's no lack of confidence in playing the ball out. Now you get applause for breaking things up, but Leicester continuing to really strive without too much creativity when it really matters. Samara. Vestergaard. Every outfield player is inside the Wednesday half, and that's been the story for much of the second half. And Leicester get another free kick for the challenge on Fatawu. Ingleson, who just gave him the shoulder after Palmer was beaten for once. Leicester with 3 attempts on goal since half-time, but none on target so far. El-Khanous over the free kick. Short towards Justin, all the way through, Vestergaard! And Leicester are finally level. Well, he missed a sitter in the first half, but made no mistake there. Not sure he was the intended recipient of the free kick, but it somehow found its way through to him, and he did well to smartly control and dispatch it beyond Charles, just shifting the ball out of his feet. Everybody wrong-footed apart from Yannick Vestergaard. And the atmosphere inside the King Power Stadium has been transformed. Vestergaard talking Jamal Lowe through his goal. And Wednesday looking to respond with a Svante Ingleson long throw here. Bouncing all the way through and claimed in the end by Stalazic. El-Khanous. Mabadini. Oh, that's brilliantly done by Mabadini. Blocked by Charles. Samara. El-Khanous again. And it's a corner. And it's all Leicester now. Steffi Mabadini dancing into the penalty area, leaving 3 Wednesday players trailing in his wake. And Charles just looking to make himself big. It was a good save in the end. Vestergaard forward again. El-Khanous. Quickly helped back into the penalty area, but Pierce Charles is there. And he goes down. Maybe a strange time to get cramp. Yannick Vestergaard equalising. Harry Winks, though, may have been in an offside position there. And he was certainly involved when it came through to Vestergaard. Of course, no VAR in the Championship, so the on-field decision is final. Not sure that Winks got a touch, but there were half-hearted appeals for offside from Wednesday players even before Vestergaard put the ball in. Harry Winks has made a difference since coming on. Still only 29 years of age. Feels like he's been around a lot longer. But Cifuentes has got the response he was looking for. Here's Charles, able to continue. And I think Cifuentes is maybe just having words with Dean Whitestone, the fourth official, about the length of the delay, which has just given Wednesday a breather. Palmer will leave the throw in for Valerie. And Leicester in almost total control now in terms of on-field play. Here is Ayew, covered by Iorfa. Still Ayew. Winks. Alcanis. Winks again. That's too deep. Montecbayo, though, able to deal with it. Leicester with 5 of these 6 shots since half-time, and both of the efforts on target. And there could be more movement from the bench soon. Montecbayo back to Charles. Leicester have it once again. Fatawu, Samara. Alcanis with the nutmeg on for Sia, who came on for Nathaniel Chalobah. Oh, and there's indecision there. Ingleson had the ball momentarily before he was crowded out. Ayew. And the shot a long way wide in the end. But whatever their thoughts about the ownership, no doubt the Sheffield Wednesday supporters are 100% behind their team. And amid all the uncertainty, they've seen their side perform well so far, but it could be a very long last half hour for them. Winks. The gap in resources between Leicester and Sheffield Wednesday on the field at the moment is quite considerable. Thomas. Mavadidi. Winks. Alkanus. Fatawu. Free wait for the cross, but Fatawu just carries the ball behind. Fatawu loves that little scoop to try and evade players, but just run out of room there. And Wednesday preparing another change. They have a bench full of academy graduates. And Leicester have been able to bring on a player who has England caps. Low. Vestergaard. Justin. Fatawu. Alkanus. Fatawu. Oh, it's behind Thomas. And Mavadidi does well. And now he can look to attack. Cross is too deep, but Palmer was aware that Fatawu was somewhere in the vicinity, so it'll be another corner kick. Leicester's 7, Jan Valery is down now. Change fairly soon. Looks like Charlie McNeil is the player who will be coming on. And Henrik Pedersen having to try and shuffle the pack here. It could be a double change. Olaf Kabaki, the Polish left-sided player who had an injury-hit season, started only 4 games. He looks to be coming on. And Valery and Orteg-Bayo, the players receiving the treatment. And Max Lowe taking on the instructions from Henrik Pedersen. And Valery, rather stiff-legged at the moment. And Mark Donahue, the referee, is just telling him he'll have to leave the field before he can come back on. Well, there's a real committee about who'll be coming on next for Sheffield Wednesday. And it will be Charlie McNeil and Olaf Kabaki who will be coming on. Without pass, And Casey McAteer will be at least two of the players coming on for Leicester fairly shortly. By the way, it does look to be in some trouble. Corner kick is taken. Here is Winks. Mabadidi. Another missed kick from him. Winks. Vestergaard. Wednesday still with players off the field here. And the cross, looking for Mabadidi. Cleared as far as Thomas over the top. Well, Leicester looking to make the most of Wednesday's lack of numbers. And Luke Thomas nearly did. Fusia with the initial clearance, and then Thomas really lashing it too high. And the familiar figure about fans, the Belgian international. Looks to be first on for Leicester. Well, maybe not. They've still got a large squad, even with the departures of players like Wilfred Ndidi and Manson this week. But it's Wednesday who will make the changes first. There's Valerie. Hobbles around the edge of the pitch. And this is the last thing that Henrik Pedersen needs. So few players at the moment. And injuries are mounting up in the opening game. Well, McNeil is heading back to the bench at the moment. And there's a degree of confusion here about what's going on. And Charlie McNeil was ready to come on. He's now retreated. And Jeremy Monga is coming on for Leicester to replace Steffi Mabadidi. The 16-year-old. Monga, born in Coventry, played 7 times in the Premier League last season. Part of the Leicester Academy since the age of 8, which isn't too long ago. Well, there's a new contract ready for him when he's 17 years of age, as Macaulay goes off and Fast comes on at the back. And Valerie now replaced by Olaf Kabaki. Pedersen is seeing his side edge towards what would be a very welcome and unexpected point. There's a long way to go already. I think we're going to see a large portion of added time, whatever happens in the next 20 minutes or so. Well, that's terrific play by Fatawu. Free kick for Leicester. Conceded by Kabaki. More of a left winger than wing back. That's the role he's playing now. Fatawu pulling out all the tricks. He then goes down. It's a free kick. Ingleson with the challenge. And the first yellow card of the day. Elkanut Thomas and Ayew are over this. On Wednesday, just beginning to cling on in this game once again. Barry Bannon, who was shown the yellow for dissent. Back to Wiggs, too high. Well, they had plenty of room. Montes Cifuentes turning to one of his youngsters, Jeremy Monga, in an attempt to try and prize a winning goal from this game. Vestergaard. Thomas. Again, so many white shirts ahead of Vestergaard. Fass. Cleared by Iorfa. Vestergaard. Samara. Wiggs. Fatawu again, Kabaki. Unable to deal with him. Ayew shaping for the header, but it's cleared as far as Thomas. Vestergaard on the stretch. Fass. Wiggs. Fatawu in behind again, but the cross goes behind as well. He had plenty of blue shirts to try and pick out. But Fatawu staying the pace well in what is his first game since November. Nathaniel Chalobah scored the opening goal for Sheffield Wednesday, but of course lasted barely half an hour due to injury. Palmer closed down by Monga. And he is a player I'm sure we will see a good deal in the Championship this season. He became the second youngest player in Premier League history last season. "15 minutes to go. Apologies for any profanities you may have heard there. Fass. Samara. Elkanous. Monga. It's behind Samara. Bannon sliding in, and that was late. Bannon could be in trouble here. He's already been booked, and the Sheffield Wednesday captain will be sent off. The red card is out. Bannon booked for dissent only a few moments ago. On Wednesday are down to 10 men. Bannon claiming he won the ball, as he clashed with Winks. A discussion with his fellow captain, James Justin. Both players sliding in. And Winks caught there, the studs into the thigh. And that was what prompted the referee to show the yellow card. Of course, he was certainly on Bannon's radar after the earlier yellow card. And although Bannon gets applause from the Wednesday supporters, the problems mounting up for Henrik Pedersen. Injuries, and now a red card. And Henrik Pedersen looks for another tactical tweak. Casey McAteer and Patson Daka coming on here for Leicester. More attacking players. James Justin and Abdul Fattah, two players back from injury. So Justin, the Leicester captain, will also depart, although for different reasons. And Patson Daka, 7 goals and 5 assists and only 20 appearances in Leicester's previous season in the Championship. Casey McAteer was also a regular goal scorer as well. Free kick. Ayew takes it. And once again, Charles is right behind it. But Sheffield Wednesday, who have performed with plenty of courage, will now try and see out this game. It would be a heroic point if they hold on from here. Gathering and just about staying inside the penalty area. Just slid out there at the feet of Patson Daka and did well to recover. Only the 3rd yellow card of Barry Bannon's career. Alcanus. McAteer. Winks. Ayew waits in the centre, it's behind him, and it's Lowe who manages to just get a toe in. Appeals for handball against him, nothing given, but he runs it out of play anyway. Challenge Monga. Well, we can clearly see what he did. Not spotted by the officials. Ayew with the free kick, which is too deep. And another moment passes for Sheffield Wednesday. And Cifuentes has thrown on attacking players as Barry Bannon watches on from the tunnel. Nothing he can do now. Wednesday are away to Bolton Wanderers in the EFL Cup in midweek. And then have a home game with Stoke City before travelling to Wrexham. Al-Khamis. Well, that's a good cross, but Iorfa did well. Daka. Low, able to clear. Fass. McAteer. Low able to dig out the clearance, but it's all Leicester once again here. Al-Khamis. Another corner. The 6th of the second half for Leicester. 21 shots in the game, 7 on target for the home side. 11 of those in the second half. Wednesday have had 1, and that was from Bailey Cadamarteri very early on. Thomas. Vestergaard on the end of that, but it's a goal kick. Well, it's early days. Marty Cifuentes, and indeed Henrik Pedersen, may only have a better idea of what they're working with for much of the season at the end of August, when players have come and gone. Wednesday would be operating in the free agency market. Wings, Fass, Samara, Monga, and the cross, invading everybody in blue. Al-Khamis unable to keep that in play. Wednesday not hurrying here, understandably. Leicester also have an away tie in the EFL Cup. Tough game as well. Huddersfield Town have won both of their games in League One so far. Leicester then travel to Preston and Charlton before a home game here with Birmingham, which should be an interesting occasion. A rare foray forward from Sheffield Wednesday here in the second half. Ingleson will deliver the throw. Launched very long, but onto the head of Vestergaard. Ingleson. Close down by Ayew. He can now bring the ball clear. Al-Khamis in the middle. And Ayew hurdling the challenge. And he's still going. And the cross-fighting Daka! Oh, great save by Charles. Superb from the youngster there. Well, Ayew just kept going and going and going. And then there was a cross onto the head of Patson Daka. Free header. But Charles keeping Wednesday afloat. Monga. Thomas. And McAteer was almost in. It's a corner. Another look here at the Daka chance. Diving in across the ball. But Charles, with one of the saves of the opening weekend, and maybe longer than that. Leicester corner. And the header is in! Van Baas! And Wednesday's spirit is finally broken with 3 minutes to play. Van Baas stepping off the bench. It's been a rocky ride for Leicester City, but they may have emerged from the opening day with 3 points. Fass, unmarked, stooping to conquer. And after so much hard work, Sheffield Wednesday fall behind thanks to the most routine set piece you could wish to see. But Cifuentes won't be complaining about that. Low. Jamal Lowe at the other end, tumbling inside the penalty area, but no appeals. And Wednesday have got so little time to respond here, and maybe not much left in the tank. But the two central defenders have scored the goals for Leicester. Monga, free kick. Conceded by Fusia. Well, Cifuentes has seen his team score from 2 set pieces, which will be a real source of annoyance for Henrik Pedersen. Set pieces were a weakness for Sheffield Wednesday last season, and that's carried on into this campaign. Into the 90th minute. Bayu. Alcanuz. Bayu again. And now Alcanuz again. It's given back to Ayew. And he lets fly. Turned over by Charles. And Leicester looking to finish with a flourish. It's given away cheaply. And Ayew had time to set his sights. And a minimum of 9 more minutes. 5 more minutes, I should say. No, 9 more minutes. And the challenge of Monga, and it will be a goal kick. Well, Wednesday created much of those 9 minutes with the injuries throughout the second half, and now they'll try and use that time to search for an equaliser. But their goal scorer's gone off injured, their captain's been sent off, and a squad already lacking numbers and experience has been further weakened during this game. Leicester have the free kick. Henrik Pedersen is maybe pondering another change in formation. He's seemingly done that for much of the second half, although events have rather forced him to do that. Winks. Vestergaard. Nicely done by Monga. He's got the crossing opportunity now. He finds Ayew! Too close to the goalkeeper once again. 25 attempts on goal now for Leicester. 11 on target, so there's no doubt they've created that pressure. And from the moment they equalised, they have looked the more likely winners. Winks. Alkanus. Daka. Ayew. Here's the chance to seal it. Alkanus, though, denied by Charles. Really good football from Leicester there. On Wednesday, looking a very tired side. But Pierce Charles remains defiant. Bilal Alkanus knows he could have finished things off there. Wednesday will be throwing on more attacking players late in the day here. Ugbo is one of those. Thomas. Well seen by Palmer. And Charlie McNeil will be coming on now. Jamal Lowe makes way. McNeil was in the academy of both Manchester clubs and Liverpool. Came off the bench 4 times last season. And Gabriel Otegbayo will be replaced by Ugbo. 6 goals in 18 games on loan 2 seasons ago when Wednesday survived under Danny Roll. But only 1 EFL Cup goal last August after making his move from Troyes a permanent one. Forward towards Kadamatri. Stalazic has had so little to do in the second half, but he's given Wednesday a long throw opportunity here. Ingelsson will take it. Headed away by Ayew. And then Leicester break things up with Alkanus. And the first game can often feel like a work in progress if you are in Leicester's position, a team relegated. And still maybe wondering who's going to be around at the end of the transfer window. Oh, and there's a clash of heads there. Cadamarteri and Vestergaard. It's a free kick for Leicester. May have been more the shoulder in the end. Well, Yannick Vestergaard started the Leicester recovery with the equaliser. Valfas heading home. Well, looks to be the winner. Monga. It's all about points on the board at this stage of a championship season. How you get them is maybe slightly less important than it could be further on in the campaign. Fass. Ayew. His hold-up play has been very good. And he's got the free kick. But that's appreciated by Marty Cifuentes and the Leicester fans. Harry Winks has certainly made a difference in the second half. Leicester have the corner won by El Khanous. Short to McAteer. Deep into the 99th minute now. Winks. Closed down by Lowe. Ogbo in pursuit. Stolazic is able to get the distance. Ayew. Maybe one final chance for Leicester here. Ayew shot. Well, Pierce Charles has had a splendid game. And it's another fine save from him. And the 20-year-old has certainly enhanced his reputation here. El Khanous. And that's it. Victory for Leicester City in the end. The anticipated outcome in many ways, but far from straightforward for Marty Cifuentes and his team. Coming from a goal down, Yannick Vestergaard with the equaliser. And then Valfas scoring the winning goal 3 minutes before the end of normal time, after Nathaniel Chalobah had given Sheffield Wednesday a first half lead, but he went off injured. Barry Bannon, their captain, was sent off in the second half. And despite a defiant performance on and off the field, Sheffield Wednesday fall to defeat in the midst of their off-field problems. But Henry Pedersen will be proud, as Barry Bannon just has words about his yellow card, which led to the red. But it's finished. Leicester City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1.